So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts in regards to the up and coming fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. So this fight you're going to see undisputed champion versus undisputed champion go off against each other in the ring, and this fight will be fought at 168 pounds and the winner will take all. Pretty much, Jamel Charlo has nothing to lose in regards to this fight because he's moving up in weight, trying to challenge the bigger man in the higher division, which is Canelo Alvarez. So his titles will remain regardless of him winning or losing on the night. Whereas Canelo Alvarez has it all to lose. If he loses his titles and pretty much his reputation as well at the same time, losing to the smaller man. But as I said, undisputed champion versus undisputed champion. Let's see who has the better skills. So what you've got here is a good fight between two undisputed champions at two different weights. One at 154, one at 168. But both guys, their styles are totally different. And in regards to their age, quite similar in age between both guys. But I'd say that the bigger and better opposition has been fought by Canelo Alvarez. He's been in there with the bigger names, in my opinion. He's fought everyone and anybody, and he's always gone up in different weights to try and challenge the best fighters that are around. But it's one of them fights that it's quite hard to kind of call because when you're looking at the skills, Jamel Charlo has some skills which could potentially cause havoc or disrupt the flow of Saul Canelo Alvarez. What he's got is he's got a good jab, a good straight right as well, and he throws it from an awkward angle. But one thing that I have noticed in a few of his fights that I've watched is that he loves his left hook and his overhand right as well, which sometimes can be a little bit rash on the wide side. So as he comes out as well, he does kind of, I mean, as he's coming out with with his punches that he's throwing, he's kind of throwing a counter shot as well, which is quite good, which catches quite a lot of his opponents off guard because they're thinking that obviously they're throwing, so they're on the offensive, but Jamel Charlo's coming out because he's going back on the defensive. But as he comes out, he throws a sneaky like uppercut slash hook, which sometimes catches his opponents off guard and obviously sometimes drops them or hurts them. Whereas I feel that this could kind of play into Canelo's hands because if he's obviously focused, motivated, and he's just sticking to his game plan, he always keeps his hands very high, so he will absorb a lot of punches on, you know what I mean, with his forearms and his guard, and kind of try and walk his man down to then land the body shots. And one thing that which I've noticed from Charlo is that he can be hit. His foot movement isn't brilliant. He does use the ring well, which is good, but his footwork isn't brilliant. He's not as mobile as, let's say, a Billy Joe Saunders back in the days, or what's that other guy's name that he fought recently? A Caleb Plant. So he's not as elusive as those type of guys, but he does use the ring. But Canelo likes to walk his opponents down, and then as he's walking them down, he would then let his hands go once he feels confident and then within range. And it's these punches which, you know what I mean, because he's walking his man down, his man it's pretty much like constant pressure. His man doesn't know kind of what to do, how to handle it, and then that's when he catches him with the body shots. Now I do feel that Canelo's best chances in this fight are not to headhunt, but to go towards Charlo's body. I feel as if he could work and catch Charlo towards the body and hurt him, he would then leave Charlo dropping his hands a lot more, and then bang, we might see a highlight reel knockout. But it's going to be one of them fights that, again, it's a bit like chess. It's going to be tactics, and it's going to be who wants it more in my eyes. And I kind of see it going one way, really. I know Charlo has some good skills, but I do feel that at some point that Canelo's pretty much going to walk him down and catch him, and it's how he handles it, it's how he reacts once he gets caught. But they're my thoughts. I'm going to stick with my man Canelo for this fight. I'm going to say that he stops Jamel Charlo. I don't feel this fight will go the distance, but I reckon he's going to stop him. Probably in the latter rounds, probably round 10 onwards, I reckon he'll stop Charlo. He needs to, you know what I mean, try and saute, as Chris Eubank would say, saute his opponent a little bit. He needs to try and hurt him and drain his energy, drain that passion out of him, and before he stops him. So this fight between Charlo versus Saul Canelo Alvarez sees both of these guys go into the fight with brilliant boxing records. Charlo, the undisputed champion at 154, goes in it with 35 wins with 19 KOs to his name, one loss, one draw. Whilst Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, his record stands at 59 wins, 39 of those by KO, 2 losses and 2 draws. And the stats are quite equal between both guys, fairly similar in age. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 33. And their height difference, there's not much in the height. Canelo's obviously 5'8", Charlo is 6 foot. But on the night, it's going to be the size, the width size of Canelo, which will probably be that big difference. The reach as well is quite similar. Charlo, according to BoxRec, is 73, whilst Alvarez is 70.5. So fairly similar, but we all know Canelo is a smaller fighter for his weight, but it's his size, it's how he feels out on a day, which makes the difference. Canelo obviously started his career earlier than Charlo as well. So he started his in 2005, whereas Charlo started his in 2007. And the bigger KO percentage goes to Canelo with 66, whilst Jermell Charlo's at 54, just over. But the rounds wise, Canelo's bleeds. He's had 472 rounds, which is a lot compared to his opponent, who's had 256. So anyhow, those physical stats, pretty much not a lot between both of these guys. One thing I think we could pretty much guarantee is that we should see a good fight, should see a very competitive fight between both guys. I feel that Bivol has set the blueprint out there in regards to how to beat Canelo Alvarez, and its work rate, its movement, and its straight shots, and just constant pressure. I think that's all it is really, which beats Canelo Alvarez. Like, if Charlo could do exactly what Bivol did on his night when he beat Canelo, then we could potentially see, Charlo become a two-time, two-division weight undisputed champion, holding both sets of titles at the same time, which I don't think has ever happened before. So yeah, the blueprint's been set, and let's see what happens. I do feel that, especially after the John Ryder performance from Canelo Alvarez, we need to see a bit more of an explosive performance from Canelo. Obviously he got the job done in Mexico when he beat Ryder, but it wasn't the performance we all kind of know Canelo to be, and a lot of people have put that down to potentially, is he declining? Like, is this him like going downwards sort of thing? And it's quite hard to kind of gauge, because John Ryder's a tough man, but didn't really cause Canelo too much trouble. Didn't really set the blueprint as what Bivol did. Different type of fighter, but it is what it is. As I said, one thing I can kind of guarantee is that this is going to be a good fight to watch and to stay up for, depending on whereabouts you are. But let's wait and see. It's not long now, just over a week to go. But they're my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, guys, please subscribe. Let me know how you feel this fight's going to go. Who's going to win and by what method? KO, stoppage, points. Let me know in the comments below. Bless.